Is it true that the Auschwitz crematoria were actually introduced as a hygiene measure in order to burn the corpses of those who died from infectious diseases like typhus? No, of course not. That's one of the stupidest lies you'll ever hear about the Holocaust, but it's really easy to call out. So let's do it. So this claim is based on the idea that the crematoria at Auschwitz were intended not for disposing of the hundreds of thousands of gas chamber victims, but instead as a hygiene measure, in order to burn the corpses of those who perished from infectious diseases like typhus. Now there's just absolutely no truth to this claim whatsoever. The very first point of interest is that the initial orders for the triple muffle furnaces that would eventually become the furnaces of Crematorium II at Auschwitz-Birkenau, which you can see in this photo, were placed by the camp authorities in October 1941, which was more than 6 months before typhus at Auschwitz even existed. There's also the fact that the Nazis actually stated the reason for building the crematoria, and it wasn't typhus. In a letter to his boss in Berlin on October 13, 1942, the head of construction at Auschwitz stated that it was necessary to start construction of the crematoria due to the situation created by special actions. Special actions and special treatment were very widely known euphemisms for gassing people, so absolutely nothing to do with typhus or disease. Take, for example, the diary of Dr. Johann Paul Kremer, an SS doctor stationed at Auschwitz. Entry of September 2nd, 1942. For the first time, at 3 a.m. outside, attended a special action. Dante's Inferno seems to me almost a comedy compared to this. Umsonst wird Auschwitz nicht das Lager der Vernichtung genannt. They don't call Auschwitz the camp of annihilation for nothing. Another significant factor is the enormous amount of secrecy under which the crematoria were built. Camp Directive No. 108, issued on the 5th of May 1943, reminded Auschwitz Construction Department staff of an order from June 19, 1942, that the plans for the crematoria must be strictly controlled, must be kept under lock and key, and that no plan may be given to other workforces. The order also points out that the crematoria relate to economic military tasks which must be kept secret. Why would the innocent disposal of dead bodies be a top-secret military task? This order of secrecy only makes sense if the crematoria have some secret secondary purpose, and whatever that purpose is, it couldn't possibly have had anything to do with typhus or disease, because that secrecy order was issued 2 weeks before the typhus outbreak at Auschwitz existed. And when construction of the crematoria was finished in June 1943, the head of construction at Auschwitz told his boss in Berlin in this letter that a total of 4,756 corpses could be burned at Auschwitz in a single day. Now we can see from this number alone that the intention behind the crematoria had absolutely nothing to do with handling, let's say, 10, 20 or even 30% of the camp's population losing their lives from disease every month, because this number alone shows that the Nazis anticipated burning the camp's entire population every single month. To put this into perspective, 4,756 people a day is 1.74 million people a year. If this amount of people was a city, it would be like destroying the 5th largest city in the United States, a city bigger than Phoenix, Arizona, every single year. And I just can't put into words how completely unhinged it is to claim that the intention to burn this many people every year, after deliberately transporting them to the place where that burning would take place, was a disease prevention measure put in place for their own well-being. It very clearly wasn't. So there you have it. There is absolutely nothing academic or honest or intelligent about claiming that the Auschwitz crematoria were a health and hygiene provision. It's very, very easily exposed as wrong, and those who make it have no interest whatsoever in historical accuracy or the actual facts of the Holocaust.